for this anniversary, as an Aboriginal unionist, it's both humbling and also quite empowering to know that, I can sit here on Gurindji country because of Vincent Lingiari and the Gurindji workers. The original strike, the trigger for that strike was wages and conditions, but it was so much more than that. It was about land rights, but it was also about, standing in the face of racism, systemic racism and oppression. And the dispute really shifted the trade union movement in a lot of ways, almost opening the door for Aboriginal activists like me to be proud Aboriginal unionists.
Pilot Watrel, 1942. I've been walking down Waipiro. Every morning, we've been always get up early and calling Monica for work every morning, let him know. You work there, you work there. What we've been woke up now? We've been woke up from station, coming this way, went all the way. We've been go back to camp, get our wife and children. We've been all go to the river there, down here. Wait for the union map to bring food, sugar, milk, everything, with pig for them children.
I worked on the waterfront for 27 years. In 1966, I was working on the Melbourne waterfront when the union people brought Vincent down to the Melbourne, Victoria dock there, Captain Major, and told us about how they just walked off Wave Station. Waterside Workers' principle was to support other workers who were on strike, and the Gurindji stockmen were no different.
As far as the MUA goes, there's a real that's real special for us to celebrate that history. To be here with the Gurindji though on the 50th anniversary is just amazing. The feeling that we all had when we started the march yesterday. We were asked to lead the rally, so to speak, and it was really special.
It was, wasn't it?
The history of this struggle is fantastic, and I think a lot of us can learn a lot from they took on the biggest in the country at that time, 200 brave men and women, and they won the first round, and it's still going.
One of the most important events in Australian history, in our view. It's started the land rights movement, and it started as an industrial dispute, so it's something that's near and dear to our heart as trade unionists.
Pretty hard to describe, to take this back to the people, especially even my own family, and explain it to them. It's going to be obviously emotional and just put shivers, like I'm shivering now, just talking about it. Yeah, it puts goosebumps on me back everywhere. That they were hard-working people, and that Vestey's come over here and just totally exploited them, but they continue to work on and keep going. And someone was shot for speaking out. That's a big call in itself, just to say we've had enough, and for the men to lead the charge and take their people with them. That's the biggest part of it. Yeah.
It's a historic thing that's happened here 50 years ago, but there's unfinished business. It's an ongoing struggle. Aboriginal culture and union culture is one thing. We work together as mates, as a collective, and it's a natural fit, the unions and the Indigenous community in the Northern Territory.
I was in Birmingham in 1976, and I went to a pub. There was no dogs, no blacks and no Irish written on the pub door. I thought that was racism, but this here's an absolute disgrace the way these people are treated.
Something that started off as an industrial dispute where Aboriginal people weren't getting treated the same way as the white people. It started with wages and conditions and ended up over the 9 years getting their land rights back. I think that's important for everyone, and it should be educated through the schools.
Where the Gurindji start the fence and Frank Hardy with there. Or Frank Hardy or...
No, I came down with Jeff Swain from the Seamen's Union to organise the fencing. And they showed us that they'd already done about 50 metres.
Yeah. From the pantry fence, this are the BRD and this are the Vestey.
Well, righto.
And from the pantry fence, they start the fencing coming up water to the river.
This is the place where it all started, down the bottom of the river. The truck actually did come to here and it went down to the bottom. That's why when we were coming in, I said to John Christopherson, there's no way in the world I'm going down there, we won't get back up. When him and I went down there at the 40th, I think it was, we struggled to drive the truck back up the hill. I remember sitting on a tree down in the river. There's a classic photograph of Brian of all the young men, the old men, the whole lot, all sitting there. They were having an actual meeting to decide whether they were going back and what they wanted. And that was at that time. You know, I think we left Darwin 2 weeks after they'd walked off, I think 2 or 3 weeks. And they made the decision then and there. They were not going back and they knew what they wanted. They wanted their land.